Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 682 to 683 for the 6th to the 7th of January. There is a possibility, I'm not sure, possibility that the Russians have actually escalated their offensive operations in the Zaporizhzhia and the Kherson region. So Zaporizhzhia and this is the Kherson region. Particularly here is more like shelling, and then there is some kind of a major push in the Zaporizhzhia region, but I'm not very sure yet. We need more days to do this verification if this is a one-off or is it something more major. So let's jump to the Zaporizhzhia front first. There is fighting being reported in multiple locations. Russians are attacking in multiple locations over the past week, over the weekend, over the Saturday and Sunday. Fighting reported at Kayamske, at Petikaki, Robotine, south of Robotine, west of Verbove, at Verbove itself, in the region of Novoporovska, as well as towards Mala Tomashka. And this is a lot of directions that is being reported to be fighting over the 2 days. I'm not sure if this is a more bigger operation, which is more sustained, particularly the ones are at the Petikaki region, because the last time we saw fighting over at the Petikaki region was on the 17th of December. But of course, this is one-off, so we need to monitor a bit to see if this is a one-off or if this is sustained, because this comes at the same time where Kayamske was also being reported to be under attack. So both are on the 7th of January. And on top of that, we have fighting reported at the Mala Tomashka on the 6th, and then Novoporovska on the 7th, which is a corroboration of the information. No, both are Russian. So the Russians are attacking in this area here, and this coupled with fighting reported on the west of Verbove, reported by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, fighting at Verbove itself, south of Robotine. So there is a very concerted offensive operations seems to be happening all over the place. And I'm not sure if this is a part of a bigger major operation, but it's something to take note. So if it is, then we might see the beginning of a Russian offensive in the Zaporizhzhia front, and I'm not sure where are they going to go. Will they just aim to establish the front line where they have lost previously due to the Ukrainian offensive, which is around this line just south of Novodanilivka, all the way to the south of Stepove, with the capture of Lokove and Petikaki. So this could be the line they may want to re-establish, or they might want to push further, but not sure yet. I don't think the Russians are ready for a massive big arrow offensive, going towards Dnipro or capture Zaporizhzhia. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case yet. And furthermore, there is also geolocations just north of Myrne by Crimea Caprice of counter-artillery action. Ukrainian artillery getting destroyed on the southwestern part of Huyaipole. And over at the Velika Novosilka sector, we also see attacks reported at Staromayoske, south of Novodarivka on the 6th and Prione on the 7th, which means the Russians, on top of the fighting over on the western part of the Zaporizhzhia front, on the eastern part, we also have fighting reported at Staromayoske, Novodarivka, as well as Prione. So this, not just this, there's still more. Over at the Donetsk Front, there is also fighting being reported at Voleda, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, also on the 7th of January, as well as over at Novomihailivka, as well as in the Marinka region. Fighting also being reported towards Georgievka, with Ukrainian forces counter-attacking, Russians attacking in the northern part of Marinka, with the gray zone being increased by the Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian side. Geolocation of Russian forces at the edge of the northern part of Marinka continue to show the Russian forces are holding positions in this front line. And furthermore, there is a geolocation of Russian forces coming back into returning control over at this. I think this is a moto. I think this is something like a moto. I forgot what is this called. I think transport hub kind of thing. So the Russians are geolocated here, getting attacked by the Ukrainian FPV drone at the Novomihailivka. So, which means the Russians are still holding a position just off Novomihailivka. Previously, I see the gray zone being marked by Deep State UA. Seems to be like the Russians have actually given up, but this geolocation actually contradicts what I thought it is. So this is a lot of Russian offensive over this entire front line, and there are more also. But let's go to the Kherson Front. At the southern front, we have the Ukrainian forces continue to hold a beachhead over at Krinky, with Russian forces continue to be reported to be attacking, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. But we do not know of any ground offensive being reported by any other Russian sources. Otherwise, the Russians are just doing standoff with geolocation of Ukrainian positions getting attacked by Russian artillery. A Mi-8 helicopter getting shot down over at Tyahinka. Another missile attack at Inhulets. Reportedly, this is actually an ammo base, an ammo depot, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, got hit and causing some secondary explosion. And then there's also a series of reports by the Russian Defense Ministry. They use the word units of the Dnipro group attacking Ukrainian positions on the right bank, which is the northern bank of the Dnipro River. So this usually, if this is not on the northern bank, I would have written it or marked it as an attack, as a ground offensive, but it's not. So Lvove have been attacked, Mykolaiv as well, Zolotabalka, as well as Sablukivka. So these attacks, I'm not sure if this could also be a precursor to a potential crossing by the Russian forces and to bring the battle back to the northern part of the Dnipro River. So anyway, it's just an unusual report that I feel across this entire field front line, which may suggest a potential major offensive, but we do not know, because I could be wrong. So we need to watch the next few days of reports and see whether the Russians actually launch a major offensive. But to me, it feels a bit unusual. It's not the normal report that I usually see. And there is also Ukrainian aircraft getting shot down over Kryvyi Rih, a Sukhoi 27 shot down over Kryvyi Rih, and a Sukhoi 25 shot down over Dnipro. So these are all shot down by air defense system, surface-to-air missile system. So we shall wait and see. Another of these shelling is being reported at Ilinka. So this Ilinka is just opposite of Enohoda, which is where the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is. This is the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. So the shelling is being reported here. So we shall see, because the river is not as thick as this Dnipro River on this satellite imaging now. The satellite is because of the bursting of this Kakhovka Dam. The river is actually a lot more thinner. So a crossing by the Russians or the Ukrainians is a lot more plausible than it was before. So this is something to remember. We move on. We covered the Donetsk Front already. Over at the Avdiivka Front, the Russians continue their Avdiivka offensive as well. Fighting reported at the Novobakhmutivka region, Stepove, at the coke plant, over the northern part of Avdiivka at Povomaysky and Nevelsky. Strategic situation-wise, it doesn't look very different. But we do have reports from the Ukrainian source, Deep State UA, saying that the attack is moving towards the direction of the coke plant, which I don't think will be much of the case. Going straight to the urban region is just not very wise, given that they should capture more of this suburb region or this farm region to give them more leverage over the Ukrainian forces. There is geolocation of Ukrainian forces on this tree line, or just part of this mine area here, attacked by Russian drones. So there's a possibility that the Russians previously have attacked into this area here, have now redrawn back into this industrial area because they are unable to hold position. As I mentioned before, Ukrainians operates really well in the forest region. So with the forest surrounding all this area here, it's very hard for the Russians to hold a position unless they go in force and hold position. If not, it's going to be difficult. We have nothing over at the New York front. Over the Bakhmut front, this is Bakhmut city. At the Bakhmut front, southern flank, Russian forces attack Klishchiivka, Andriivka, and Kudyumivka. So nothing special in terms of this thing. Over at the northern flank, we have Russian forces attacking Ivanivsky, attacking out of Kromove, and also Bodanivka. There's one geolocation. There's one geolocation over at this position. Which shows the Ukrainian forces at this forest region. So, which means that the Ukrainian forces may have counterattacked in a certain time, retake this position, which the Russians maybe did not entrench. Then, which the Russians after attack they withdrew. So Ukrainians hold back this position around this front line, just south of the cemetery. So we shall continue to monitor and see, what's the situation here. Ukrainian sources are claiming Russians are making some progress around the Kromove region, but looking at the map, I can't really tell where exactly are they referring to. So we shall wait and see. That's all from the Bakhmut Front. We have nothing over the Svatove Front. We move into the Kreminna Front. At the Kreminna Front, Russian forces continue their Kreminna offensive with fighting reported in the Terny region at Dibrova, as well as the Serebransky Forestry, with Ukrainian forces counterattacking within the Serebransky Forestry and at Toske. So this is the strategic situation. We have some geolocations there's one geolocation of the Ukrainian forces at this part of the forest, attacked by Russian FPV drone. It doesn't change our mapping. Our mapping is accurate for this. There's some various sequence of Ukrainian geolocations by Kreminna Caprice. So the Ukrainians are geolocated in these various positions, which means that the Ukrainian forces have successfully counterattacked, which means that this geolocation by, I think, if I'm not wrong, Deep State UA is actually accurate, which actually pushed back the Russian front line, which was previously under a gray zone of sorts. So this is actually a corroboration of this change in terms of the front line towards the direction of Dibrova. I mentioned about this potential possibility that the Ukrainian forces have counterattacked and got really close by Dibrova, based on the geolocation by I think Deep State UA, and we have corroboration right now. So that's very, very good. So another geolocation is over on this western part of Chervonopopivka. Kreminna Caprice geolocated this as well. Russian forces geolocated along the tree line. This does not change our front line. Our front line remains the same. So that's it from the Kreminna Front. Over the Svatove Front, we have fighting reported at Makiivka according to Deep State UA. But this I think is a very minor thing. It's a one-off. So nothing to be worried about. Over at the Kupyansk Front, this is Kupyansk and this is the Kupyansk Front. At the Kupyansk Front, Russian forces continue their Kupyansk offensive, fighting reported at Sinkivka, around Vyshena region towards Petropavlivka and Ivanivka. Ukrainian forces counterattack on the western part of Sinkivka and at Ivanivka. So this is the strategic situation that we are looking at right now. Some geolocation, which is very interesting, is that the Ukrainian forces is geolocated right at the northern part of Sinkivka. They were attacked by the flamethrower system. So, which means the Ukrainian forces have returned control of the entire of Sinkivka. All this Russian push into this northern part of Sinkivka has been a failure. And failure. So, another geolocation was over at this position by Kreminna Caprice as well. Ukrainian artillery got hit by counter artillery on the eastern part of Glushkivka or Glushkivka. So that's it from the Kupyansk Front. Over at the Kharkiv Front, there is artillery shelling of Lipsy. This is geolocated by military summary. Russian forces shelled this town, which is very close to the border. Again, this is a continuation of various shelling and missile strikes or the drone strikes on the Kharkiv Front. And there's still no indication the Russians are going to invade back and reopen the Kharkiv Front. But if they do, we already have all these geolocation of these actions may suggest the possibility of it. And so look, there is a few vector that they may come in from. So one is through Vostiansk and go down this road along these towns, down along the Savinsky Donetsk River. Previously, the front line stuck at Stary Saltiv. This was the front line then. So the Russians may want to return to this front line. Another direction is towards Lipsy. in the north of this road. This is another road that they can go down. Another road is through Kozacha Lopan, which was previously the stronghold of the Russians, and towards down to Dementivka, towards Lisne, and then can go down to the Hachi. So these are the few. This region is particularly susceptible to Russian offensive, because of the road systems favoring that. Then we shall see how this progress, whether we shall see the return of the Kharkiv Front. So anyway, this is the summary for the day of 682 to 683 for the 6th to the 7th of January. Do press the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next update.